So here's Cole South in studio. Check it out. Welcome back to Mediocre Poker Radio. Brett Oliverio with Eric Bickle. Now a guest that we've been just fired up to have in studio, Cole South. You might know him as CTS. But he plays under Cole South right now. And before we get started, let me just read a little excerpt from his blog that I found. And this will show you how sick this guy is. May 30th, 2008.
Yeah.
The offer I got on my condo got accepted today. Sweet. I also had my biggest day of poker ever, all on full tilt, plus $435,000. I'll post hands later. Out to celebrate. Good luck, Cole.
Wow.
Oh, just so freaking
One
sick.
day.
That was a great day.
Have you topped that day since?
I've had a couple similar days, but I don't think I've topped that one. Plus,
wow. Plus four, what was it?
435 G's.
Oh, my God. Listen, first of all, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, you know, Cole lives locally, and when Brett and I started doing this show a couple months ago, I'll be honest with you, we're doing this for fun because we have a passion for the game, but part of it was, you know what? Let's just do a poker show. Maybe we'll get like CTS in studio. He lives locally.
That's exactly what you said.
Know what I mean?
And I actually remember the day.
I swear to God.
Here's what's really kind of gay. I remember the day,
This
Eric,
is going to be a really gay interview, Cole, so I hope that you're not too homophobic.
I remember the day when you came to me and you're like, dude, CTS, he lives in
I just read his blog.
He lives in
something.
Williamsburg and he's moving to DC. We got to get his ass in studio.
Right.
See how sick that would be?
Right. And then to be honest with you, I wanted to, to get us a little bit more established out there in the poker world, and we've been so lucky. Like the Dang brothers have been in, and it just goes on and on. The number of guests. Brad Booth has been on the show. We've got Phil.
We've interviewed Daniel, Ivy. We've interviewed all of them.
We've interviewed them all. But
Taylor and Jay, right?
Yeah, we had Taylor.
Taylor's our first guest.
Yeah, Taylor was great.
He's awesome.
But I kept thinking, let's just wait till we get a little bit more established, and then we'll hit up the legendary CTS. We'll hit up Cole. And then Cole kind of fell in our laps because Ezra, who does marketing for Card Runners, kind of said, hey, would you guys be interested in Cole?
Well, it's because Ezra's known about it. He grew up in the Maryland area.
So he knows the show and everything. He's cool.
And we've had some guests on. He's helped us book some guests.
So we didn't even have to really, grovel.
I know.
Like, wow.
You have to show up at
I
your
actually
door.
went to Ezra asking him to contact you guys because I had heard
really?
Matt's podcast.
Really?
We've arrived.
Really? I
with
think
the
we've
Dang
arrived.
Brothers.
Is that
And,
right?
Yeah. And it was a really, really cool interview. You guys seem like chill guys. And
Yeah,
DC
awesome.
poker scene's so cool. It's always fun to meet more people there. And
Yeah, no, awesome.
so
Well,
I just told Ezra, get in touch with him. I'd love to be on their show.
Oh, dude,
Cool, man.
we're so excited about that. And yeah, we're like now your new best friends. So, so I know that you're not really from DC, but now we're adopting you.
What is it about the D.C. area in poker?
Yeah, we were talking about it during the break. Like the Dang brothers, you mentioned Genius. Phil Galfond has ties here. Eric Lou's mother lives here. Of course, you have Steve Daneman, Lee Childs.
Guys at Final Table, the main event.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint one factor that would lead DC to have good poker players. It's not like there's a huge live poker scene out here, but
Right.
Do you know of like cool, fairly high stakes underground games here in DC?
I haven't found any. I've heard that there's some in Baltimore.
Really?
But
I've heard of one in a very, very famous location here in D.C. with like steel doors, cameras, the whole nine. You could go in there and clean up. It would be the
but they
perfect
wouldn't
game.
invite him.
Well, you do have to have the invite. But they invited me, and I'll just say I'll bring my buddy
Cole.
Keith or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, have you ever played in like an underground high stakes game where actually you were a little bit nervous? Like you're like, you know what, this is actually kind of shady.
no, my only live poker experience has been in Vegas, and I really like live poker. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
You get to meet interesting people, and especially at your average high-stakes live poker game, there's always interesting and successful people of all types there. So
Right. But you grew up online. I mean, let's be honest, you're 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 21. Okay,
I
just
know.
I just want you to ponder that for a moment.
And Matt Valdez told us that he rolled up in his Escalade,
Right.
and he left the Bentley at home. Is that
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
that's right.
I'm so bitter
Oh, my
about that.
God.
I wanted to do like a pimp my ride thing with the Bentley.
I have the Explorer here and nothing at home.
But you're 21, so you grew up in the online scene, and again, you haven't been doing it this long. When did you first start playing? We got to get into the Cole South story and how it all began for you. I'm guessing high school with some high school buddies.
No, I was actually started in college.
In college. So like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, go ahead. So you started college, what, freshman year?
This was actually sophomore year of college. I was living in a house with 8 buddies, and we would sometimes play a $20 buy-in home game.
Right.
And
Now, was it tournament or cash?
No, I think we were playing a cash game at that point.
You were.
Really,
that was good.
Peanut Stakes cash game was
Right.
a lot of fun.
Right.
Everybody had a great time. I always did pretty well, but not exceptional. I don't think I was the best player in the game even.
Did you know what you were doing? I mean, you knew like
No
flush
idea.
beats a straight. And
Yeah,
all
I mean,
that?
I knew the rules, and
Right.
I guess I could point out basic plays that other people were doing that were like clearly bad. Like sticking in half their stack pre-flop with 8-6 offsuit and stuff.
Right.
I like knew not to do that.
Well, how did you even know that though? Just from common sense, or had you read something?
Yeah, I was a math major, so kind of
Right.
try to do
Don't
some of the
sleep
odds
on the
in
fact
my head.
he went to William and Mary and
Right.
like the Dang brothers with UVA. I mean,
Right.
there's definitely a
See, that's
correlation.
Because I've actually been playing poker for a lot longer than you, and I've made about 1/1,000,000th of what. No, that's not even true. I mean, that's like nothing compared to what you've done. I think, is it the math that separates you, or is it a combination of
I'd say memory is huge.
Memory?
I've got a really good memory, and I played millions of hands of poker, and
Right.
can pretty quickly, if I'm playing a specific player in a heads-up match, for example, remember how he plays his flush draws. So just picking out those hands from my memory, the big hands we played in the past.
so you don't even need notes, or you just need maybe a note to jog your memory?
Yeah, I try to take notes, but I'd find myself not using them as
Right.
often as I should, probably.
Right. All right. So you're playing a $20 game with buddies, and you're kind of doing okay there. What's next?
I threw $50 onto Party Poker.
All right.
And at that point, that was my beer money for weeks. It was
Right.
huge. And I ran it up to like $400. And obviously, that's the next logical decision to sit at 30-60 limit, because that's the
Why not?
min buy there.
Right.
Busto it in like 10 hands.
Right.
And it's like devastated. I mean,
Right.
it's a ton of money to me at the time. And I guess I decided I wanted to give it one more try. So I went to the library and like checked out Sklansky's poker books. And
Right.
tried to learn a little bit about the game, and found some poker websites that I learned some from.
Right.
What sites? Did you just 2+2 and Pocket
Yeah, I think it
Five?
was almost all 2+2. I never really read much Pocket Fives because I was never into tournaments.
Right.
All
Gotcha.
cash.
And I'm guessing Card Runners wasn't around at that time yet, was it? Or was it just starting?
I think they were around, but the site was much smaller and not as popular.
Right.
But then I got like $200 for Christmas that year,
Right.
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put 150 of it online. If I bust this, I'm completely done.
The greatest investment of all time. The greatest. Hold on, Matt Valdez, our intern, is just screaming. Do you want to say something?
Hold on.
Pot him up so our intern can say something. Matt?
Well, this is exactly like what every college kid does, basically,
Right.
when they're in the cards playing, like
Right.
with their buddies on their dorm, or like
Right.
on their dorm level. Like
Right.
they'll lock the meeting area, and they'll play like little $10, $20 games like this.
Right.
And to imagine